and welcome to Nationwide. I'm Amina Saidu Abubakar. Message of peace, love and goodwill dominated sermons at the church services held in Abuja this Christmas Day. Omenka Amarachuku reports that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio joins others at the Methodist Cathedral with promise of the 10th Assembly to legislate on laws that will impact on Nigerians positively.
Joyous moments at the Methodist Church Cathedral as the faithful commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. Archbishop Michael Adewale urges them to exhibit life of love and embrace the Renewal Hope agenda.
All we are encouraging our people is that they should live a life worthy of that great reconciliation. Let's reconcile with ourselves, reconcile with one another, reconcile with the government, and let us have faith and keep faith alive.
View shared by the Senate President assured Nigerians of better deals.
The modern day realities, Nigerians and all over the world today, we are talking about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence cannot, be embedded in the body politics of Nigeria with the kind of laws that we have currently in place. So we shall reform the country and join the president to transform the country by doing our own part, which is transforming our laws, rejigging our laws, and also bringing it in line with current realities.
At the First Baptist Church, worshippers were tasked on practical Christianity.
A kind heart does not cost anything, but it could, you could get involved in it and just be a blessing to somebody, to share with somebody that Christ has made a difference in your life. Christ has given you light, and you have come to shine God's light.
For the faithful, they are equipped spiritually for greater exploits. In Abuja, Omenka Amarachuku, NTA News.
Similarly, adherents of Pentecostal churches joined the rest of Christendom to commemorate and herald the birthday of Jesus Christ, where Nigerians are charged to hold on to hope and sacrifice for the redemption of the country. Mina Daniels reports.
That was the mood in some Pentecostal churches visited within the FCT. Love, salvation, sacrifice took the center stage across pulpits as men of God call on Christians to put these attributes to use in the spirit of the season to enjoy unspeakable joy.
The birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, a priceless gift that has changed the lives of everyone, giving us a meaning, salvation, wealth, pedigree, progress, joy, laughter.
This is the secret of joy. Because don't forget, if physical thing is what your joy is attached to, the devil understands the physical realm. He may attack that thing.
One of the cardinal things that is killing this country, I will tell you, is number one, lack of love, greediness, corruption. And that is the reason why Christ has come to show us example that we need to love one another.
One significant feature across all churches visited were the colorful decorations in red and white depicting the reason for the season. Some Christians also shared their thoughts on Christmas, including life after Christmas.
He came for us to live in prosperity. He came, he died, he was poor, he became poor for you and I. So as we are celebrating Christmas, make sure you plan. Christmas is soon be over. January is coming. Children will resume school.
The celebration of Christmas by Christians world over every 25th of December is seen as a time of almsgiving, sober reflection, and sacrifice across all facets of life. In Abuja, Mina Daniels, NTA News.
On the same vein, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Judge Akume, rejoices with the Christian faithfuls on this joyous occasion of Christmas to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. The SGF describes this year's Christmas as special for him as he is in Benue State for the first time since he assumed office. He particularly thanked God Almighty for keeping him strong and healthy as he marks his 70th birthday on the 27th of December 2023. Senator Akume assures Nigerians of the unrelenting commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to unite the country and deliver on the renewed hope agenda. He urged Christians to embrace and internalize the teachings of the season, which include love, tolerance, sacrifice, and peaceful existence as exemplified by Jesus Christ. He prays for peace and harmonious coexistence between individuals, communities, and ethnic groups, and enjoins all Nigerians to avoid divisive tendencies. The National President of Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union of Nigeria, Ratau, Comrade Kabir Garba, has called for greater family unity this season as Christians all over the world celebrate the birth of Christ. In a goodwill message to members and Nigerians, Sani encourages the renewal of those good values of love, compassion, forgiveness, and peaceful coexistence. He challenges government at all levels to provide the enabling platform for a joyful, peaceful, and secured celebration. Christmas is a season of love, sharing, service to humanity, reflection, and commitment to the will of God through the birth of Jesus Christ. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria highlight these views and also ask Nigerians to make the nation a priority towards national development. Ibrahim Bellogunda reports.
The clergy from different denominations affirm that the celebration of Christmas should reflect Jesus as the reason for the season by focusing on his virtues of peace, love, and sacrifice. They say, irrespective of culture, tradition, and belief, the season should demonstrate the essence of godly living in accordance with his teachings.
Any celebration of Christmas without Christ being Lord of your life is a waste of time, it's a waste of resources.
I don't even want you to call me Christian, but by the time I relate with you, the way I have related with you will tell you that this person is a Christian.
They stress the need to celebrate with the poor and those in need to give them a sense of belonging as exemplified by Jesus Christ himself. The guests urge Nigerians to live Christ-like life from families to the larger society, which will reflect on the nation itself.
We make contributions in parishes and then we get food items and cook meals and then take it to the prison. The Archbishop goes there with some of our priests and they are lay faithful. We go there and then identify with these prisoners in the inmates in the prison and celebrate with them.
We should give love. We should give our time to others. We should give our even life to our families, to our nation, and we should live a life of sacrifice, a life of simplicity, a life of humility, as portrayed by Christ during this period.
With parting words of love and the good news of promoting spiritual prosperity, the clergy called for the celebration to always reflect Jesus Christ. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bellogunda, NTA News.
The former Federal Commissioner for Information and Niger leader has described Tinubu's presidency as the making of God Almighty and urged Nigerians to rally around the administration for success. The elder statesman was speaking after Christmas service at St. James Church, Asokoro, where other prominent Nigerians joined him to mark the day's activities.
For the joy of the populace. We thank God for our president. He's doing much. We thank God for what he's doing. And we know that in the coming year, he will do more. This is the time to harness all that God has blessed us with. As a country, we are so blessed.
I pray and I plead with Mr. President to carry every Nigerian along with him. In his appointments, in the appointment of board members, appointment of ministers, everything. Nigerians are Nigerians. There is no division.
This Christmas in particular should be a season for reflection. Think about our future as individuals and as a nation.
So, despite what we are going through individually, it's time for us to believe, hope, and pray that things will be better.
The congregation was in high spirit in celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ and called for peace and stability. We now go for a live interview with Pastor Nelson Ogohi of the Transforming Church. Pastor, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
What is the significance of Christmas?
Well, the significance of Christmas begins with the essence of what we celebrate, which is God sending his son, which is the greatest gift any man can ever give, the gift of his only begotten son to come to earth to liberate mankind. So it's a time we preach the message of peace. It's a time of giving, the message of hope. It's a time of giving the message of salvation, where mankind is redeemed from the corruption that is in the world. So God, wanting to show us the path and the way back to him, sent his son to come and show us the way back to him. So the significance is in the message, which is that it's a season of love, of celebration, it's a season of joy, but most importantly, it's a message of hope, of liberation, and of salvation. We know that many people make it to become time to enjoy themselves, which of course comes with the season. Naturally, you see all the paraphernalia of excitement and celebrations that come with it. It's actually expected, but beyond that, it's a season where we need to now go into the world, go to our community, and share the love of God and the love of Christ with the people. We as a church, the Transforming Church, we've been able to do this for consecutively for over, I would say about 8 years now, where we ensure that no family in any community where we have our center goes hungry. Today, I'm just coming in now. Since morning, we've been out there getting foodstuff. We had a lot of packages for the people in the community. For us, that is Christmas. It is not really in the new clothes. It's not really in the food we eat and all of that, but ensuring that the people are touched. That's what Jesus stands for, or that's what he stood for, and that is what we stand for. That's the essence of Christmas.
Okay, so how do we attribute the values of Christmas towards nation building?
Especially in Nigeria at this moment, we are in a critical moment in this country that there is a need for us to, first of all, understand that Christmas comes with a message. Imbibing, first of all, understanding the concept, the essence of Christmas, and imbibing the message that it comes with is one of the first steps we are going to take in nation building. Nigeria has come a long way. It is time for us to begin to practice what we preach. Someone will say that Nigeria is one of the most religious countries in the world. And of course, you can't doubt that. Almost every corner, every street, you see a religious house or the other. There are prayers everywhere, loudspeakers and all of that. But beyond that, it is now time for us to begin to imbibe the teachings of Jesus. He was known as a man of peace. He lived peacefully. He was known as a man of progress. He constantly ensured that he built people. He developed people. And in nation building, human capital development is one of the major footholds that every nation stands on. If we do not develop the human capital of Nigeria, what we'll have is we can have a lot of roads and all the infrastructure, but the people are the ones that bring in the real development. When you develop a people, you have developed a nation. So for me, what I would say is, just like Jesus did in his own time, started with 12 disciples. And those 12 disciples, he developed them so much that they became world changers. And today we are billions of Christians all over the world celebrating his birth. That's to let you know that when you invest into people, you can be sure that the nation will be built. So I would say the message for me is, let us concentrate more on building people. Every other thing that the government is doing, we are amazed, we are happy, we thank God that we have in this particular administration, we are seeing some efforts being made to ensure that the people begin to experience good governance. So I would say that we need more of those.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Pastor Nelson. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Nigerians in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State are taking advantage of the Christmas village to celebrate with family members and loved ones in the spirit of the season. Clement Barikui says it is simply Christmas unplugged in Uyo. Let's now join Clement to tell us more about the ongoing fun being enjoyed in these places.
And residents of Uyo are in the mood for the celebration, thanks to the yearly Christmas village set up by the state government. For 2023 edition, it has gone beyond sitting in dazzling red, blue and green Christmas lights to savor the mouth-watering cuisines that the village offers. Those who are not regular visitors to their villages now have their communities come to them in the city with all the cultural heritage it offers.
This is the village square. That sign you're seeing is going to host Mbok, the traditional wrestling.
Every day, a local government area in the state is given opportunity to showcase its customs, traditions and values.
We are now doing a urban migration into the rural villages so to make sure that our culture, beyond being preserved, is also seen.
The new concepts introduced to it is what amazes me, and then the local flavor attached to it.
Since I came in here, it's been peaceful, the hospitality, everything has been amazing.
The Christmas celebration is heightened here, and the village in town remains open to visitors. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Still on Christmas village, Clement is here live. Hello, Clement. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir. Thank you so much. All right.
There's a celebration going on over there.
Well, celebration is going on here very well in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. And I'm right now at the Uyo Christmas village. This is where the people converge to celebrate the season, particularly the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And it will interest you to know that Christmas village dates back to December 1, 2020, when the immediate past administration in Akwa Ibom State actually initiated this idea. But one particular thing about this year's celebration is that it has involved a lot of cultures. Now the people are moving from the villages to the city to celebrate Christmas, contrary to what we normally have before now, where people normally move from the city to the villages to celebrate Christmas. We have a lot of cultural displays every day. Today is day 25, and from day 1, that was 1st December, there was a lot of Christmas celebrations, people moving from the villages, cultural displays. Each local government area in Akwa Ibom State is assigned a day to come and display their cultural heritage. And it is all about unity. Apart from the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, it is all about unity here in Akwa Ibom State. Okay, so it's all about the celebration here.
Thank you, Clement.
All right, thank you so much, Amina, for joining us.
Still on the significance of Christmas celebration, I earlier spoke with Pastor Kingsley in a recorded discussion on Christmas.
As a nation, peace is one of the bedrock that unite us together. This is a time we share love together, no matter the color, or you will see people married from different race or different tribe. During Christmas, they travel to those places to visit their in-laws, or their in-laws travel to visit them. And by so doing, there is this love that is being shared together. Do everything to guide your peace. Do everything to guide your peace, and do everything to live in peace with your neighbor, in the place of your work, in your environment. Secondly, again, the birth of Christ gives us joy. And as we celebrate, you can see everywhere some people are joyful, they are rejoicing, they are celebrating. The tendency of people having depression is there maybe because of the economy or due to their expectations not being met in this year. But you have to know that as we celebrate Christmas, you have to do everything to be joyful. You have to do everything to be joyful. Ensure that you are joyful in your heart. This helps you and save you from depression.
Michael in Lagos for more on Christmas celebration. Hello, Michael. Merry Christmas.
Christmas to you, Amina. For Christians, for Christmas celebration not to be seen as a jamboree and achieve the intended purpose of spiritual rejuvenation, Christians are expected to imbibe the lessons of humility, sacrifice, and love as demonstrated by the birth of Jesus Christ. Joe Popola reports.
The birth of Jesus Christ is the dawn of a new era and a beacon of hope for humanity. It is therefore an epoch-making day in the Christendom. Thus, the birth of Christ remains a melting point for all Christians, regardless of denominations. Across many churches in Lagos, faithful in their colorful attire celebrate the birth of the Messiah who has come to redeem man from the shackles of sin. From the Orthodox to the Pentecostal church, the message all dovetailed into the clarion call for salvation and remembering the essence of the birth of Christ, who came to offer a new life to the human race.
God prophesied in Genesis chapter 3 verse 15 that he's going to send a seed, and that seed finds expression in Jesus Christ, who came to reconcile the world to Christ, reconcile the world back to God. So the message of Christmas is the message of redemption, that God in flesh come and live with us. He has come to rescue us from the burden of sin.
It's a message of hope for a lost world in sin, a world sold out to Adam by the sin of Adam and Eve, and Christ came to restore hope for mankind. It's a day of goodwill. It's a day of salvation.
For the congregation, the lessons and message of Christmas being re-echoed are still very apt, fresh and relevant. Children are always excited to witness this season, especially the merriment associated with it.
How I'm going to celebrate it is I will travel, I will eat 2 chicken, I will eat many rice.
I'll spend happy things with my family. I'll eat chicken and rice.
Amidst the merriment, clerics say the essence of the season must continue to resonate. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Beyond the gift of love to mankind and promise of salvation, Christmas is an assurance of God's blessings to Christians. In this report, Bolaji Akim examines the significance and lessons of Christmas.
Christmas goes beyond singing, dancing, and merrymaking, although the day is set aside to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. With the circumstances surrounding Christ's birth and the purpose of coming to the world, according to the Bible, it's a time for spiritual reflection and an important foundation of Christian faith.
He came to save us from sin. He came to save us from Satan. He came to save us from depression, from sickness, from sorrow, from all the works of the devil that accompanied sin.
It's a new beginning. Just like Jesus was born new today, he declared to us that a new beginning will start with us. So that is a kind of another era of Jesus Christ.
Christians were urged to look beyond the celebration and focus on the lessons of the day.
But love is about service. If you love someone, even as a man and as a woman, you will give. You can't help yourself. So and that's what we should be imbibing at this time.
Even those who don't believe, you find Christians showing them love in that patriotic nationality. You will see God move in this nation.
December 25 of every year is set aside worldwide to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. In Lagos, Bolaji Akim, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide continues in just shortly after this break. Please stay.
Welcome back. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has urged Nigerians to cooperate with security agencies in the fight against the nation's enemies. The Chief of Defense Staff was speaking while felicitating with patients at the Defense Headquarters Medical Center in Mogadishu Cantonment, Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
The military is not only known for war, but there's a human face behind the camouflage, which comes out during a period like Christmas. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, is taking the lead to meet patients at the Defense Headquarters Medical Center to show love and share in the spirit of the season. In his words, I quote, "The sick ones would have loved to be part of those privileged to celebrate outside the hospital, but the case is different." End of quote. We will do everything to make them feel belong.
It's always good at this period of celebration to come around and see how those ones are in hospital that don't have the ability to celebrate how they're doing and to wish them well. All Nigerians should put hands together. We cannot do it alone. We need the support of everyone. When you see something, say something. Report as quickly as possible so that measures can be put in place.
The defense chief salutes the sacrifices made by the military and promised to strengthen collaboration in defeating the elements of destruction. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The destabilizing accumulation, proliferation, illicit transfer and misuse of small arms and light weapons across the country, stakeholders say, has continued to initiate and sustain armed conflict and perceived crime in Nigeria. This and other issues form part of the discourse on combating the proliferation of illicit small arms and light weapons in Nigeria during a one-day stakeholders forum by the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, South Office. Achibong Basi reports.
Stakeholders including market women, traditional and religious leaders, youth organizations, trade unions, civil society and media practitioners are of the view that the misuse, illicit transfer and accumulation of small arms and light weapons has remained a defining factor in undermining peace and security at the state, national and regional levels. In the ensuing discussion, the Special Advisor to the Cross River State Government on Security, Major General Okoy Obono, retired, expressed concerns about the continued threat posed by the proliferation of small arms and light weapons to security, agreeing that it has contributed to human rights abuse, communal conflict, and most conflicts across Nigeria.
It is very apt and timely, this period in particular, when we are witnessing a surge in crime occasioned by the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, among others.
Zonal Coordinator, National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons South Office, Major General Martins Obot, retired, says over 3,000 weapons of various sizes and shapes, including AK-47 rifles, general-purpose machine guns, locally made single and double-barrel guns have been retrieved and destroyed by the office.
And we have also retrieved a large quantity of ammunition, more than 20,000 so far. And we have carried out destruction of this first set.
It is therefore the hope of the center that bringing stakeholders together to build consciousness is critical in ensuring such weapons are laid off from communities and by the communities. Hence the theme of the workshop, Whole Society Approach, which involves the family, church, school, and various offices. In Calabar, Achibombasi, NTA News.
Governor Ahmed Aliyu of Sokoto State has received the 66 kidnapped victims rescued by operatives of Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji along the Isa-Goroyo axis of the state. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
The 66 freed captives are a second set of kidnapped victims to be rescued by men of the Joint Security Forces of Operation Hadarin Daji. This is coming barely a month after the rescue of 51 persons along Gwadabawa Ilela Tangaza axis of Sokoto State. The recent breakthrough is achieved around Gundimi Forest along Isa Gwaranyo, where 52 of the victims regained freedom on Friday, a brought to Specialist Hospital Sokoto for medical examination. Again, 14 others were brought to the hospital on Saturday, including one with a gunshot wound. While narrating their audio in the hands of their captors, they expressed gratitude to the security operatives. Garrison Commander 8th Division Sokoto, Brigadier General Alexander Tawasimi, acknowledged Sokoto State Government for its support and assured the armed forces' commitment to secure the state and country from banditry and insurgency. Governor Ahmed Ali Sokoto applauds the gallantry of the troops and assured that his administration will not relent until people of the state sleep with their two eyes closed.
I feel to all to support our efforts by providing credible information to our security operatives.
The governor then symbolically drove one out of the 70 operational vehicles donated by Sokoto State Government. The state government and Senator Aliu Magatakar Dawamako donated food items and 200,000 naira to each of the 66 victims. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
We now join Felicia in Jos for more stories. Hello, Felicia.
And welcome to Jos. As Christians join their counterparts world over to mark Christmas, here in Jos, church services held to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ by various denominations. Ndenyang and Deabagang has details.
While addressing citizens at Ampang West, Governor Mutfwang urged Christians to reflect on the lessons of the birth of Jesus Christ. He expressed concern over insecurity in Mangu and Bokos local government areas and restates government's commitment to peace for meaningful development.
The only challenge I will throw to us is that let's use these happenings. Let's allow these happenings to draw us closer to God. Because He is our refuge. He is our help in this time of distress.
Similarly, Christmas services held across the state where worshippers celebrated the joy of the season.
Grace from start to finish. It is the express full and so demonstration of the grace of God in bringing His promise of redemption to us, to man.
Leaders and members of Cooking, we are called to embody Christ's teachings, love one another as He has loved us, and spread the message of peace and goodwill.
In Jos, Indenyan and Deabagang, NTA News.
And on security matters, Plateau State Police Command is assuring citizens of the state of a peaceful and crime-free Yuletide period as it has further strengthened security measures to ensure this is achieved. Commissioner of Police Julius Alawari gave the assurance while speaking on security preparations for the Christmas and New Year celebrations in the state. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
It is common knowledge that festive seasons are usually characterized by high crime rates. This is why Plateau State Police Command is leaving nothing to chance to ensure that citizens enjoy a crime-free period with all security mechanisms put in place.
We are showing you that you will enjoy your Christmas and New Year peacefully because of what we have put in place. You will see more of visibility policing. Every roundabout, heavy key junctions and so on. You see our patrol teams there. And where you don't have patrol teams, you see men on foot, ready. At any distress call, within 3 minutes, you have a policeman to attend to you.
On security tips, the commissioner cautioned travelers against boarding vehicles randomly, just as he maintains that the law on the ban of fireworks is still in force.
Because by the time they start using the fireworks, you will hardly differentiate the fireworks and robbers that are using guns to rob somebody. Prohibition of the ban of motorcycles. Tricycles will be reduced, will be restricted within this period. Our men will be hard to check on all those things.
He encourages the public to take advantage of the police active response numbers in case of emergencies. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
Those are the stories from here. Amina, is back to you for more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Felicia. In another development, Global Tech World Computer Institute has embarked on robust ICT training of millions of youths to create job opportunities and boost the country's economy. The Managing Director of Global Tech, Dr. Godwin Oluwayomi, stated this in Lagos State at the graduation ceremony of the institution. Nwabufo Mui has details.
250 students have obtained one-year diploma certificate in various fields in ICT training of 2023 academic session of the Global Tech World Computer Institute. The two students who recorded outstanding performances designed and developed websites.
Best students in front-end and back-end coding of the year 2023. Yes, I was able to design a website, a fully responsive website, jerry'scateries.com, a catering website where you can order cakes and other food.
I designed a school website. That's a school admin website for Global Tech, whereby they can register and also keep their data and their student information.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Global Tech, Dr. Godwin Oluwayomi, said the institute has given scholarship to 300 students and also empowered about 520 with laptops. He said Global Tech is currently training more than 1 million youth in the northern parts of the country and will embark on cybersecurity training of more than 1,000 youths in 2024 to tackle the ongoing global cybercrime pandemic.
More partners. We need more partners, both government, corporate, and foreign partners, as well as tech giants, to support us in the area of providing startup kits.
Some parents speak on the event.
I was once a student here too. Right now I'm an affiliate marketer to Global Tech, and I know they are doing wonderfully well.
The Global Tech is a very nice institution. It has created impacts not only in Nigeria, but all other parts of the world.
Some staff of Global Tech were awarded for their outstanding performances in service delivery. The institute, which has its mother campus in the FCT, Abuja, and about 8 study centers in Lagos, offers training in ICT, cybersecurity, robotics, website design and development, among others. In Lagos, Nwabufo NTA.
The federal government, through the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, is articulating a roadmap to address the challenges identified in the mining and metal sector in the country. Director General of the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, Dr. Abdulrazak Garba, stated this at the 2023 forum of the agency in Abuja. Nye Ogidi reports.
I rolled out a 7-point agenda, which is number 1, the generation of big data.
The need for geodata in the solid minerals sector is one of the top targets for the Solid Minerals Minister, Dele Alake. And the task of providing this information is assigned to the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency. And the bulk of the challenge is before this man, the Director General of the agency, Dr. Abdulrazak Garba. Though he heads the agency, but the task of achieving this is a collective responsibility. This informed this gathering of foreign and local partners at the 2023 forum of the agency. For the Director General, there is need to re-emphasize the role of geodata if the mining and metal sectors must get it right.
The economic diversification agenda of the present administration focuses on diversifying the nation's economy through the solid minerals sector. Now, it is very important to know that what role is the Nigerian Geological Survey going to play? And in doing this, we have to elucidate what have you been doing? How have you been complementing the efforts of the private sector?
How do you know your mineral wealth? You must be able to now be able to have sessions like this to be able to now harness the professionals.
Gathering geodata to explore the mineral wealth of a large country like Nigeria is a huge task. But key industry players are optimistic that the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency will achieve this goal, considering the successes recorded in the National Integrated Minerals Exploration Project, NIMEP, that the agency superintended.
Without the delivery from the
agency particularly, we might not be able to achieve the role that the President has actually mandated us to deliver.
With the push coming from Dele Alake and the readiness demonstrated by the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency with its partners, the prospects in the solid mineral sector look bright. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
We now join our Port Harcourt studio for more stories. Hello, Gabriel.
Merry Christmas to you. Christians in Port Harcourt have been urged to emulate the life of Christ by speaking the truth always. They are also to encourage leaders to focus on doing things to uplift the living conditions of the people in the country. Ijama Ogweke visited some churches and now reports on message preached.
Though Christmas Day fell on a Monday, church services across Port Harcourt metropolis witnessed heavy turnout of worshippers. Messages preached in many of the churches centered on love, peace, forgiveness and mutual respect, which are the basis of Christ's coming to the world. They advised leaders to focus on development that will promote a better life for the citizenry.
He said every human being has a right to a job. And a job that can sustain him through the remuneration given to him.
Our Jesus Christ brings with him salvation, deliverance, healing, and peace with God. So Christmas is a time to celebrate that life which we find only in Jesus Christ.
Believers were also exposed to the mystery behind Jesus being born at night, urging them to remain focused and prayerful to overcome challenges that are associated with the night.
Nobody can escape the night season. Jesus was born when? In the night. You have not seen your best days. Your best days will come after the night. And no matter how bad the night is, your money will surely come.
A few days remaining to end the year, you will not end in sorrow. You will not end the year in pain. Your night season is over.
While Jesus came to restore the dignity of man, the reason for the season, Christians in Port Harcourt bask in the euphoria of this memorable day. Merry Christmas. In Port Harcourt, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
As Nigerians observed Christmas holiday, Christians have been advised to operate within their earnings to avoid paying for huge debt after the celebrations. This is the view of a cross-section of Yenegua residents and the spirit of the yearly ritual. Doris Akumuni has details.
Christmas comes with lots of celebration which compel people to prepare and plan ahead of the yearly celebration. Consequently, the craze for the season has seen people do all in their powers to ensure they meet up with demands arising from home fronts and other engagements. This no doubt has led some to spend more than they earn and even borrow to meet these needs.
For parents, on Christmas, it's not to go and buy expensive clothes, to go and buy goods. If there is money, if you have the money, you can do it. But if the money is not there, it's for the children to go back to school. January is the most important thing. Not to go and take loan because of clothing.
It's good to make the children happy, but not to the extent of borrowing. Because you consider that by January there is school fees to pay.
Parents will always want their children to put on new clothes at all costs. Even though the money is not there, they will go all out to make sure that they get the money to buy for their children.
Others encourage a policy of self-contentment in order not to run into unnecessary pressure as Christmas comes yearly.
How some parents died, they died prematurely because of high blood pressure. Because when the demand is too much, they will be thinking and have high blood pressure.
You look at where you are coming from and where you are going, especially your family background. You know, you must cut your coat according to your size.
They, however, stress the need to reflect the reason for the season, which is to demonstrate the love of Christ to mankind, which supersedes any other assumption, adding that material requirements is secondary in the sight of God. They stress the need for all to reach out to the needy in the spirit of the season. Inyenegoa Doris Akomonye, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Port Harcourt. Nationwide, we'll continue with Charles in Makurdi after this break. Stay with us.
Nigeria.
For staying and complement of the season, welcome to Makurdi. Beyond the festivities, Jesus Christ remains the reason for the season. This was the central message delivered during the Christmas service in some churches in Makurdi. Blessing Omeche Ebute reports that the clergy charged the congregation to imbibe the spirit of love as exemplified by Jesus Christ.
The birth of Jesus Christ, celebrated world over by Christians, is the biggest and most commemorated in the Christian calendar. As typical, Christians in Makurdi turned up in their numbers at their various worship centers to appreciate God for the gift of his son, Jesus Christ. Professor Barnabas Ikyo is among those who uniquely rank as birthday mates of the reason for the season.
For me, it's mixed feelings because I actually get engulfed in celebrating Christmas. And many people don't even remember that it's my birthday. So it's exciting that the day is always groovy.
At St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Makurdi, Reverend Father Patrick Toyu admonished Christians to live in peace with one another as this act pleases God. He charged them to use the Yuletide to reflect on the life and times of Jesus Christ.
For Christians, this is the best way to celebrate Christmas. First of all is to express gratitude to God for mercy, love, and favor of God in our lives. And this gratitude that we express to God, we must first of all live in good standing with one another.
Other clergy cautioned against using the Christmas celebration to engage in social vices, as this is not the essence for the season.
I am using this opportunity to encourage all Nigerians and even beyond that let us preach peace in this nation. We need peace.
They encourage Christians to use the Christmas season to pray for peace and unity of the church, the state, and the country in general. In Makurdi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
With that report, we are done from Makurdi. Amina is back to you.
Thank you, Charles. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulates the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduji, on his 74th birthday. Extolling the leadership hallmarks of the former governor of Kano State, the president describes Dr. Ganduji as a Democrat who has devoted his life to the service of the people and Nigeria. In a statement via his presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajurin Ngelali, the president wishes Dr. Ganduji strength and good health. And that's it on Nationwide. Thanks for joining us.